Today's story is one I remember reading to my children when they were little, which was a very long time ago. It's called Where the Wild Things Are. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another, his mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." And so he was sent to bed without eating anything. Don't talk back to your mother, do you? There he is in his wolf suit. He's putting a big nail in the wall and he's terrorizing the dog. He said, "I'll eat you up," and look at that. Locked in his room, and he does not look happy about it. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. Look, the trees are starting to sprout up in his room. And grew and grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day and in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. My goodness, his room turned into quite an adventure. There's the forest growing, and now there's a moon. Now it's really growing. There's the ocean nearby where he can sail, and now he's where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth, till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. There they all are, roaring at him, gnashing their teeth, and here he is doing his magic trick and subduing all of them. They made him king of all wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus begin. So now he's King Max, and the wild rumpus has begun. Look at them all. They're dancing. Look at Max. His mouth is wide open. He's howling. And more wild rumpus. They're hanging from the trees. And he's riding on the back of one, and they're parading around. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. Why? They were having fun. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said no. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. So he's starting to miss home when after he makes the rumpus stop, and he gets in his boat and he sails away, even though the wild things don't want him to. Kind of missing home, I think. And he sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day, and into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. There he is sailing back home. There he is. And there's his dinner on a little table under the window. I kind of suspect that maybe Max dreamed that. He fell asleep, and his mom felt bad and brought his dinner in while he was sleeping. That's the end.